13 years ago, a night that started like any other would leave its mark on Red Hook, Brooklyn, and change the community forever. Red Hook is a quiet, industrial neighborhood in the southwest of Brooklyn, situated right on the Buttermilk Channel. Red Hook's proximity to the water means it was hit hard by Hurricane Sandy. Mark Snyder owns the Red Hook Winery and remembers Hurricane Sandy well.
We came down the next morning extremely early to find boats in the middle of the street. So it was clear that the ocean had come ashore.
Yeah, this is about us. And so, this is all stuff from in here.
Mark's winery was completely flooded during Sandy, and it took many months to recover. Now, years later, the city has finally broken ground on the Red Hook Coastal Resiliency Project, which includes a new flood wall that will be built around the perimeter of the neighborhood, but not everyone thinks it will help.
Where they're planning on building the wall, it's actually, it's not here. So this building would flood. Like all the waterfront buildings flood. And then they're going to build the wall behind, but the water will inevitably get through, so then everything that's walled in will be underwater.
Members of the community recently met in Carroll Gardens to discuss the Brooklyn Marine Terminal and the future of the Red Hook waterfront. Victoria Alexander is there representing Resilient Red Hook, an organization she's been involved with since she lost everything during Hurricane Sandy.
We have some concerns around the Red Hook Coastal Resiliency Project. We think it's going to create a bathtub here in Red Hook, that they're going to get rid of our cobblestone streets in many places, which is one of the most permeable assets that we have, and turn it into hard edges.
Victoria is advocating for more community engagement on flood prevention by the city.
We've been asking the DEP to come to give away supplies. They had a non-publicized meeting a year ago where only a small number of community members came out because they didn't do a lot of engagement. And they were handing out flood kits with sump pumps and barriers, that inflatable barriers, in Sunset Park, but not here. So they could be doing a lot better job educating and engaging the community.
Hawaiian-American artist David Nakabayashi is currently doing an exhibition in Red Hook. Though he lived in New York during Hurricane Sandy, he was unaffected by the storm. Now, with his art in Red Hook, he's confronting the risks.
And I'm totally unprepared to rescue all of this art, suddenly. And I just think it would be impossible. So I guess I would have to just let the sea do what it wanted to do.
Melanie Luna is the manager of the Duckworth Gallery, where David's work is on display.
No one's thinking about this. We know it will happen again, but no one's thinking about this. We are just not in that financial position to properly prepare and take out insurance. It's very complicated, especially if you're an artist. We're freelancers to a degree, self-employed, creatives. I'm probably gonna have to go save what I can, get into a kayak, and come out over here if I'm able. And that's probably the only way I can save what I can.
And Melanie isn't the only one taking matters into her own hands. Mark rebuilt his winery with innovative methods to make it more resilient to floods.
We have a $20,000 forklift, which basically went in the garbage pail. You can't put everything upstairs, and you don't have the time to do it. But what if we just drove on a big tarp and bunched up the tarp at the top and tied it, on hooks to the ceiling? The water would come in. It would be like taking imagine a pepper shaker that you put in saran wrap and you dunk it in water. A tarp is $20. So, these are techniques that we can use to save $1 million worth of machinery, and we could implement that in a matter of hours.
Much of Red Hook's character, charm, and even economy are due to its location on the water. Now, without better flood prevention measures from the city and the state, Red Hook residents will live with the risk.
It may not be next week, it may not be in 10 years, but it will flood at some point. We spent all the time rebuilding with products and materials and designs that would hopefully survive the next flood.
So it's really, really challenging to think about what the future Red Hook is going to look like, because I will be underwater. But I have no intentions of leaving anytime soon.
It flooded before and will likely flood again, but this resilient, hard-working neighborhood intends to keep finding a way to coexist with the sea.